Higgins for three. You betcha.
The pass to Miller outside three. Good.
Big block by Olsen.
Fryer in the paint. Now to Holzer. Left corner three. Bang! Bang! Oh!
Ulster Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And a good Saturday afternoon here on yourliveevent.com. Coming to you live from the Cub Foods Brainerd Baxter radio booth here at Aitkin High School. Saturday afternoon basketball here on yourliveevent.com as we bring you the Aitkin Gobblers taking on the Duluth Marshall Hilltoppers boys high school basketball strictly on yourliveevent.com. The Aitkin Gobblers sporting an 8-12 record on the regular season, while the Duluth Marshall Hilltoppers 12-9 on the year as well. 3 straight wins for the Hilltoppers and 5-2 in their last 7 games, while the Aitkin Gobblers now 3rd game in a row this week, now sporting a 5-game win streak for them after a losing streak of 6 consecutive losses have dialed it up now with 5 consecutive wins, including a win last night at Staples Motley, a nail-biter to the very end after a bit of a sluggish start. Paul Vold to join alongside with Jeremy Jansen once again here from Aitkin High School on a Saturday afternoon. Jeremy, 3rd game in a row this week for the Gobblers that now makes it a span of 7 games in 9 days for these youngsters, but
yeah.
At least the playing has reciprocated with the heaviness of the schedule, with them now carrying a 5-game win streak.
Right. In talks of the parents that were at the game last night, it just seemed like a gritty win. Mm-hmm. They seemed tired, and they fought through back-to-backs and a big emotional win against Detroit Lakes, and were able to grit one out. And in the beginning of the season, it probably wouldn't have happened, and now they found their stride a little bit and playing better basketball. And so, I guess if you ask the kids, they probably would say, yeah, I'd want to play 7 games in 9 days, you know. And so here we are, Saturday afternoon game,
And coming into the likes of which is a matchup against the Duluth Marshall Hilltoppers as well. Usually get them on the schedule towards the mid to late portion of the season, as well as last year, I believe, up at their place was the game last year for the Gobblers against the Hilltoppers as well. But the Hilltoppers coming in, again, 12-9 on the season, 3 consecutive wins. They played last on Thursday against Nashua Keewatin, 85-59. They won. Jasper Tim, 37 points. Brooks Johnson, a player that we'll get more information about from Coach Scott Stanfield, a 9th grader, but definitely hit a bunch of threes last year against the Gobblers up at Marshall High School. He's a 9th grader now for the Hilltoppers too, so definitely a player to keep an eye on. 17 points in that win against Nashua Keewatin back on Thursday, while Alex Johnson's also poured in 15 points. But for the Gobblers, of course, they did get that gritty win, like Jeremy did say, and for much of the fans and spectators in attendance, 15 points from Gus Sanford, 13 as well from Zach McDonald in that win last night against the Cardinals of Staples Motley, but trailed throughout much of the first half, including a 3-point deficit at halftime, but then just grinded it out to the very end, and that comes now with the 3rd game in the row for the Gobblers is now coming into this afternoon matchup. And it's a very interesting matchup to see. I think one thing we'll have to keep our eye on, Jeremy, is see how the ball movement leads to the goal, with it being down low in the paint here today.
Right. This is a game we don't want to get in a track meet with. That game last year against Duluth Marshall, they wanted to run up and down the floor, and we had some kids that could run last year, Hunter Nissen and Owen Hagen and stuff. But this is a different style of basketball that Gobblers have been playing. We want to play that slower pace runner offense and keep them from going up and down the court and play a good half-court set defense, which we've been doing a nice job of. We really caused fits for Detroit Lakes the other night in our half-court set, and I think it's shown. So stay away from the track meet.
And it'd be very interesting, too, if it does come down to that, if how the adjustment in some of the guards with the likes of Jalen Williams, you get Eli Christie-Zach in there as well to see how that adjustment plays. But if the Gobblers are able to set the tone early with the offense and slow things down defensively, too, that could certainly play to their benefit today.
Right. It's a low-energy game, a team coming down from Duluth. You could see in that JV game that the Hilltoppers JV didn't have much energy whatsoever. So to your point, if we can run an offense and get a lead early, I think it's a Saturday game where you can maybe you get one based on emotions more so than on skill.
Again, Duluth Marshall against the Aitkin Gobblers here this afternoon. Strictly your live event here today as well. So for those that are tuning in, be sure to spread the word. And the JV did defeat the Hilltoppers. 53-23 was that final score. But here with the varsity matchup, we'll have much more coming up here on the pregame show, including our sit-down interview with Coach Scott Stainfield. That's coming up here momentarily. The Aitkin Gobblers, 5 consecutive wins against the Duluth Marshall Hilltoppers, 3 consecutive wins. Streaks on the line here on a Saturday afternoon from Aitkin High School on yourliveevent.com.
At R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, we inspire to provide the best in local sports coverage for our area teams. Listen to our Wake the Lakes morning show for local news, weather, and sports every weekday morning from 6 to 9. If you're enjoying the video coverage of the Aitkin Gobblers, thank the sponsoring businesses UC Advertising. They make it possible. If you're a business owner and want to reach our viewers and listeners, go to yourliveevent.com and click Advertise to get in contact. That's yourliveevent.com.
Aitkin Health Services is hiring additional nurses and CNAs. All new hires will receive a $4.75 per hour wage in addition to and above regular pay scale. Contact Aitkin Health Services to inquire on these positions or visit sfhs.hcshiring.com. St. Francis Health Services and Affiliates is an equal opportunity employer.
It's been a family tradition since 1938, purchasing a new Ford or pre-owned vehicle at Aitkin Motors. Another tradition that Aitkin Motors is proud of is supporting extracurricular activities for area students. Need an oil change or vehicle repair? Schedule an appointment with the Aitkin Motors Service Department. Tires? Check out the low price tire guarantee. Aitkin Motors, family owned and operated, serving the area for over 84 years. For hours, appointments, and vehicle inventory, visit AitkinMotorsCO.com.
Welcome to Aitkin Schools. Keep informed with district news and information for parents, families, students, and staff with your visit to the Aitkin School website at home.isd1.org. Our mission at Aitkin Schools is to empower students to be lifelong learners and citizens by maximizing community, parent, and staff involvement while developing high expectations and achievement in a safe learning environment. We are ISD1.
Welcome back to Aitkin High School this afternoon here on yourliveevent.com from the Cub Foods Brainerd Baxter radio booth as inching closer towards the opening tab with the Aitkin Gobblers taking on the Duluth Marshall Hilltoppers here today. Paul Volt, Jeremy Jansen joining here this afternoon from Aitkin High School. Before we talk more about our matchup, a look here with our scoreboard this afternoon, or I should say our broadcast schedule. Well, underway up at Cloquet High School, day 2 of the Section 7 2A individual wrestling tournament. That's been underway for now going on hour number 3 today as Lance Bauman up there putting in the work yesterday and today as well. Of course, we did wrap up the Saturday Sports Wrap a couple hours ago over on Skeeter 101.5. We do have boys high school hockey tonight down at, I believe that's going to be in St. Cloud with the Northern Lakes Lightning taking on Fergus Falls, the 2-versus-3 matchup in the semifinals of the Section 6A tournament.
What time does that start?
6:30 tonight. 6:30 on Skeeter 101.5. Devin Kruger on the call for that one if he's got any voice left here for the Northern Lakes Lightning. And then we'll have NCAA men's college basketball. That'll be Kansas and Baylor on 3WI AM 1270, 96.3 FM. 6:45 pregame start as we inch closer to the start for the start of the NCAA men's basketball tournament. And guess what? 3WI AM is your exclusive home for that NCAA March Madness tournament. So definitely keep your radios tuned once those games get rolling. Of course, later on tonight, a late start, but still exciting that the Minnesota Wild at Calgary tonight. The Canadian trip, I believe, wrapping up here this weekend with the Wild taking on the Flames. 8:45 pregame start, 9 o'clock puck drop on the Gobbler. KKIN AM 930 and FM 103.1.
What time did the finals start for wrestling? Did you know? Was it a 2 o'clock start?
I believe it is around 2 o'clock is when they get started. Still working on the wrestlebacks, I think,
yeah,
and
it
actually
looks like
inching closer.
Maybe they're starting to warm up. They're introducing maybe the finals.
Right.
Yeah, now. So
So Lance Bauman on call for that one. That one also on yourliveevent.com with the Section 7-2A wrestling tournament here for day number 2. And we get some wrestlers moving on. We know for sure that we got Maddie Strohmeyer going to the state tournament next weekend as well. So we'll have some special programming, interviews, updates from the state wrestling tournament coming up here next weekend as well. But our matchup here today, Aitkin Gobblers taking on the Duluth Marshall Hilltoppers. Third game in a row as well here for Aitkin, and also now making it 4 in the next 5. And then there is a little bit of a slight adjustment in the schedule, just finding out before we get started here this afternoon that the game against Monaga on Thursday right here from Aitkin High School has been canceled as well due to injuries and also personal reasons within the Monaga program as well. So we'll have Parents' Night and Senior Night coming up on Friday. That word coming from Activities Director Alex White here before we got started with the broadcast this afternoon. So a little bit of a reprieve for the Gobblers, but still now making it 3 in a row, 4 in the next 5 days, especially with the game Monday against Proctor coming up. But it just seems from this team that started off the year to this point of the season, Jeremy, it's almost a night and day difference to where this team has come together and seeing just, you know, I would say much cleaner play and a lot more finishing as well on both ends of the floor.
Right, you know, running. And, you know, we talked to Stanley the other night, running the offense, trusting the process, and doing the little things to make things work. And they've bought in, and it's fun to see defensively they're playing harder, not giving good looks to the opposing team. And offensively, they've really done a nice job running their sets. And it doesn't hurt that, you know, Gus really found the stroke here at 131 points he had through 4 games. And had another nice night last night to help the Gobblers in a victory. So
15 for Gus last night. Zach McDonald also contributed 13 too. So you get either one of those two going, then you get some of the play down low from Landon and then Alex as well in the post to create more opportunities offensively, shut down the team defensively. And that's been a real big benefit down the stretch with this recent win streak for Aitkin too.
Yeah, we didn't even mention Jalen Williams, who's played fabulous defense down this stretch. He's been lock on as defender and just a great job there defensively, and works himself to get to the lane and is able to dish the ball and get some guys some open looks. So fun to watch.
Absolutely, and we'll have much more of our chat here with our pregame show this afternoon with the Aitkin Gobblers head basketball coach. Scott Stanfield will join us here this afternoon after a break. We'll get you ready to go here. Opening tap, starting lineup still coming your way as well. On yourliveevent.com, Aitkin Gobblers taking on Duluth Marshall Hilltoppers here this Saturday afternoon.
At Brandel Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC, their team works together to provide you with the ultimate Buick, GMC, and Chevrolet shopping experience. Browse the lot at brandelgm.com. They're there to exceed your expectations, deliver the best service possible, and make car shopping fun again. Browse the lot at brandelgm.com. When looking for your next new or used vehicle, shop Brandel Chevrolet, Buick, GMC in Aitkin. Our reputation rides with you. brandelgm.com.
At R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, we inspire to provide the best in local sports coverage for our area teams. Listen to our Wake the Lakes morning show for local news, weather, and sports every weekday morning from 6 to 9. If you're enjoying the video coverage of the Aitkin Gobblers, thank the sponsoring businesses UC Advertising. They make it possible. If you're a business owner and want to reach our viewers and listeners, go to yourliveevent.com and click Advertise to get in contact. That's yourliveevent.com.
Aitkin Health Services is hiring additional nurses and CNAs. All new hires will receive a $4.75 per hour wage in addition to and above regular pay scale. Contact Aitkin Health Services to inquire on these positions or visit sfhs.hcshiring.com. St. Francis Health Services and Affiliates is an equal opportunity employer.
It's been a family tradition since 1938, purchasing a new Ford or pre-owned vehicle at Aitkin Motors. Another tradition that Aitkin Motors is proud of is supporting extracurricular activities for area students. Need an oil change or vehicle repair? Schedule an appointment with the Aitkin Motors Service Department. Tires? Check out the low price tire guarantee. Aitkin Motors, family owned and operated, serving the area for over 84 years. For hours, appointments, and vehicle inventory, visit AitkinMotorsCO.com.
Welcome back to the pregame show here this afternoon, and exclusive on YourLiveEvent.com as your Aitkin Gobblers taking on the Duluth Marshall Hilltoppers this afternoon as we get a chance now to catch up with head coach for your Aitkin Gobblers. Scott Stanfield joins us here on the pregame show. Coach, now making it 3 games in a row now of this week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, but now last night, a thrilling victory that you had down the road in Staples, a nice mid-conference, mid-state conference game, the victory as well, 51-46. It was a tight one throughout the first half. Got off to a bit of a slow start, it seemed, but looking back at that game, what were some big difference makers that allowed your team to get back into the game?
I think, defensively we were pretty good all game, and we just stayed with what we had. We were a little sluggish on offense. They played a lot of 1-3-1 zone. They're a very scrappy team. It was kind of a trap game for us because coming off Detroit Lakes win, a big win for our team, and having to go and get on the road and go to Staples in really a different environment with the gym situation, and it was senior night and parent night, so they were hungry for a win. They wanted their first conference win, and we knew that as a coach I didn't sleep very good that night after the DL game, just thinking about what lied ahead and how dangerous that game was if we didn't do things well. But we did enough to win, and that's a good sign when you don't shoot so well and you can still come away with the win. So I was proud of the kids, and we just got to figure out today how we're going to navigate through the 3rd game in a row and look ahead to next week. You don't want to, but you have to at this point, because we're playing a stretch of 7 games in 9 days, and something's going to give. So we just got to be careful, and we see things starting to go south or kids wearing out, we'll just play a lot of kids and do what we have to do.
Coach, talking about, especially, you made the comment, especially in the game against Staples Motley, doing enough to win, especially when the shooting wasn't fully there, and especially going on back-to-back nights, a late start as well for your team too. What were a couple of those things that the Gobblers were just able to do right enough to be able to pull aside the Cardinals?
Well, we hit enough shots, and down the stretch we shot okay from 3-point line. We didn't finish at the rim as well as we liked, but I thought we didn't turn it over as much in the second half. We handled the ball better, and defensively we were just really, really good, locked in and rebounded well. Their misses down the stretch, so they only got 1 look. And all those little things really add up to be super important. So it was a battle. It wasn't a pretty win, but we'll take it.
Coach, talking more about this matchup you have today with Duluth Marshall coming to town too. Saturday afternoon game after a long night last night, then coming back and quick turnaround into the afternoon here. Team now with 5 straight wins, coming at the right time of the season too for your team, but you're talking about in the middle of 7 games in 9 days for your team. I'm right with you on that one too, at least from the broadcasting perspective, but that's a whole different animal altogether. But this matchup, especially with Duluth Marshall, what do you see in this, if you've had any time to get a look at them, what are they bringing here to the floor today?
Well, they looked at them a little bit. I'm starting to get the teams mixed up, and looking ahead at Proctor for next week and all this stuff, trying to keep the teams who you're playing straight as from a coaching standpoint, what they have. But they play a high aggressive 2-3 zone, some 1-3-1. They like to get out and run. They'll shoot a lot of threes, and they like to get them up quick, so we'll have to be really good in defensive transition. And they got 2 or 3 shooters that are very good. Jasper Tim is very good, and Brooks Johnson, a 9th grader. We faced him last year as an 8th grader, and he hit about 8 threes on us. So we'll have to locate those guys in transition and find them on their half-court defense and limit them to that one shot and just take care of the ball and do what we do best and see how long we can go.
Coach, certainly do appreciate the time as always. Look forward to talking after the game as well.
Thank you.
Conversation with head coach for your Aitkin Gobblers, Scott Stanfield, coming up. National Anthem starting lineups on the way on YourLiveEvent.com.
Welcome to Aitkin Schools. Keep informed with district news and information for parents, families, students, and staff with your visit to the Aitkin School website at home.isd1.org. Our mission at Aitkin Schools is to empower students to be lifelong learners and citizens by maximizing community, parent, and staff involvement while developing high expectations and achievement in a safe learning environment. We are ISD1.
At Brandel Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC, their team works together to provide you with the ultimate Buick, GMC, and Chevrolet shopping experience. Browse the lot at brandelgm.com. They're there to exceed your expectations, deliver the best service possible, and make car shopping fun again. Browse the lot at brandelgm.com. When looking for your next new or used vehicle, shop Brandel Chevrolet, Buick, GMC in Aitkin. Our reputation rides with you. brandelgm.com.
From all of us at Enbridge, thank you.
Thank you.
Miigwech, and thank you for working on Line 3 replacement.
Thank you to everyone who supported this project.
Construction is complete on a new and safer pipeline that will deliver the North American energy that we all rely on every day. And it's done thanks to the support and hard work of thousands of people. I'm grateful for every single voice of support and every hour of labor put into this project. Thank you.
This is Jim Berkemeyer, owner of R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. Together with Bernie, we're inviting you to join us on a tour of Victoria, Vancouver, and the Canadian Rockies, July 14th through 23rd. On this tour, we'll visit historic Victoria, tour the breathtaking Butchert Gardens, and experience the stunning scenery of the Canadian Rockies via rails train. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ. Learn more about this tour and watch the travel show, or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure. Remember the keyword RJ.
Coming June 23rd through the 25th at Brainerd International Raceway, the Midwest Premier Country and Rock Festival. Lakes Jam presented by R&J Broadcasting. Hear John Party, Tesla, Gabby Barrett, Warrant, Kix, Mark Wills, and more. It's more than a music festival with watercross, drifting, poker tourneys, lawnmower racing, and more. For tickets and more information, visit lakesjam.com.
When you need heating, cooling, refrigeration, or plumbing work, call McGuire Mechanical. They provide quality and timely service for repairs and new construction with residential homes and commercial businesses. When you need the service of heating, cooling, refrigeration, or plumbing, call McGuire Mechanical, 218-927-5400. Serving the Aitkin, Crow Wing counties, and surrounding areas since 2004. Rely on McGuire Mechanical.
Welcome back to YourLiveEvent.com at Aitkin High School here this afternoon with the Duluth Marshall Hilltoppers taking on your Aitkin Gobblers boys high school basketball here strictly on YourLiveEvent.com. As we get a look here at our starting lineups for both teams, starting first with the visiting Hilltoppers with their 12-9 record on the season. Their starting lineup will go with this: 4 seniors and a freshman in the starting lineup. Number 0 is a 6'3" forward senior in Jasper Tim. Number 3 is a 5'11" senior forward in Ben Bergeron. Number 5 is a 5'11" senior guard in Mason Booz, while number 12 is a 6'3" freshman guard in Brooks Johnson, and number 20 is a 6'1" senior forward in Alex Olson. Head coach for the Duluth Marshall Hilltoppers is Tom Mitchell, assisted by Marquis Slay, Tavon Nongam, and along with Austin Bale and Dennis Mitchell for the Duluth Marshall Hilltoppers. For your Aitkin Gobblers this afternoon, their starting lineup will go like this. Number 1 is a 6-foot senior guard in Gus Sanford, followed by number 2, a 6'3" senior forward in Landon Jansen. Number 11, a 5'10" senior guard in Zach McDonald. Number 13, a 6'3" junior forward in Alex Palm, and number 15, a 5'10" guard and a senior, Jalen Williams. Head coach for Aitkin Gobblers, Scott Stanfield, assisted by Greg Hills, along with Ben Schwartz, Daryl Smith. Manager is Bailey Gabriel. Gobblers in the customary home red uniforms, script across each chest saying Aitkin. Solid white numbers and letters in the uniform. Stripes down the side with the big A on the left side of the short. As the Duluth Marshall Hilltoppers, road whites, Marshall across the chest, while with the solid black numbers with yellow trim, I should say, on the numbers and letters. Solid M between the shoulder blades. Always confuses me a little bit when people reference Marshalls around this neck of the woods. Me, personally, Marshall is Marshall High School down in the southwest part of the state.
Usually it's Marshall School Duluth.
There you go. Yes.
And this is their first year in Class 1A.
This is true.
Yeah, they've been in AA, but enrollment gets them down to single A.
So the opening tab goes right to the Hilltoppers as they work it across now left to right on your computer screen, strictly on yourliveevent.com. It'll be Mason Booz feeding a pass to Bergeron as it's stolen away by the Gobblers, and Landon Jansen will outlet to Zach McDonald out on the left wing. Back up top to Gus Sanford, right side now for Jalen Williams. Williams will survey out on the right wing, back to McDonald, as once again to Gus Sanford on the left wing this time. Skip pass back up top right side. Left alone. Going to drive in. Down low to the post. Landon Jansen shot blocked halfway up. Gets it back out. Gus Sanford left alone for a three. No good. Long rebound. Nobody there for the Gobblers. Stretch pass out. And it's going to be up and in. Rolled right in. Jasper Tim will get the first points of the ball game for either team, and it belongs to the Hilltoppers of Duluth Marshall. We're 1 minute in to this contest. Cross-court heave back to Jalen Williams. Looks for somewhere to go with it as he'll back out right in front of the Hilltopper bench. For the right elbow, back out. Zach McDonald for a three, wide of the mark. Long rebound, stretch back out. Left alone once again, sneaking out. Slams it home, does Jasper Tim, as a 4-0 start for the Hilltoppers. Hilltoppers have the advantage so far with it only getting 1 day of rest between their last game. They played on Thursday, but Gus Sanford fed inside. Landon Jansen up off the window. Too strong. Rebound loose. Collected by number 12 in Brooks Johnson. So far, the Hilltoppers, couple of baskets leaked out by Jasper Tim. Now we'll get it to the right side. Mason Booz fed down low, just outside the post. Booz with a jumper with the left hand. No good. Rebounded down to Alex Palm. 6:15 to go. Gus Sanford will bring the offense to the front court. Gets it to Alex Palm. No, mistimed the pass as Palm was streaking the other way, as it'll be a turnover against the Gobblers. 16:09 to play on the Aitkin Health Services scoreboard. Keep you up to date with the time here as we're still without the services of our scoreboard camera, as that's being in use down at up at the Section 7-2A individual wrestling tournament here these last couple of days. Fed inside, pass up off the window. Ben Bergeron will get a 2-0. We'll get 2 more points and a 6-0 start. Timeout taken by Coach Stanfield for the Aitkin Gobblers. A Riverwood Healthcare Center timeout thus far, as we'll just keep it right here momentarily with 15:55 to play here in the first half. 6-0 start, Jeremy, and just seems that the Gobblers just a little bit out defensively, trying to get something settled in early on.
Right, and again, we talked the pregame. You don't want to get in a track meet, and that's they had a couple long rebounds and easy buckets on the other end. So settle it down here and get back to doing what you've been doing.
Turnover aside here early on, but 6-0 the lead for the Hilltoppers. 4 for Jasper Tim, and now the first points of the day for Ben Bergeron with 15:55 to go on that Aitkin Health Services scoreboard. Jalen Williams gets the inbound from Gus Sanford, getting back out now to Gus. Fed out in front now, streaking the other way. Jalen up off the window, lays it in. First points of the night. Day, I should say, for Jalen Williams. It is only 2:17 ahead of our scheduled 2:15 starts. Jasper Tim to Ben Bergeron. Back out left corner now for number 12, Brooks Johnson. Fed inside. We get a charge called against, I think that one's going to go against Brooks Johnson, number 12. And it will be issued to Johnson. First foul of the day for either team, as Johnson will get the first, belonging to the Hilltoppers. Jalen Williams gets the inbound back to Zach McDonald. He looks to drive as he outlets and throws it right in the hands of Mason Booz. To Johnson, lays it up, and we'll get a blocking foul this time as Johnson drew the contact, and he heads his way to the free throw line as well. Foul will go to Zach McDonald. Now we'll foul the side for each team. 6-2 the score, as it'll be Bergeron Johnson at the line. 15-19 to play. First free throw good from Brooks Johnson. 7-2 score. First time at the line for either squad. Not even 3 minutes into the game. Free throw good. 8-2 now the score. Sanford gets the inbound to Alex Palm. Right back to Gus. Underneath the basket. Tries to get to the free throw line. He will. Stretches it out to Landon. Left all alone and lays it up and in for two. Long pass out for 2 more points as Jasper Tim in transition knocks down a 3 and makes an 11-4 start under 3 minutes in. Jalen Williams out to Gus Sanford. Sanford right side to Alex Palm. Palm looks for a pass back out to Zach McDonald. High pass to him, but he'll take it. Now to Jalen Williams, nearing midcourt now to the right side for Gus Sanford for a 3 off the back of the iron. Fight for the rebound. Brooks Johnson comes down with it. Johnson loses the handle at the midcourt stripe, and we get a foul called out on the floor. I think this one will go against Alex Palm. And Gobbler's second foul of the afternoon. It will go to Palm as first. Inbound right in front of the Gobbler students section, as it was number 20, Alex Olson, handling those duties. Johnson going to fire a 3, no good. A rebound down to Mason Booz, out of position where the Gobblers, and a travel call against Booz. And that will give the Gobblers the basketball. 14:25 to go here in the first half. 11-4. Gobblers trail. Gobblers try to break through on the half court. Now back up to the front court this time for Jalen Williams. Left side, Gus Sanford left with some space. Fires a 3, good for Gus Sanford. Cuts it down now to 4 points, 11-7. 4 minutes in, Gobblers still on the deficit. Mason Booz to the front court, skips it to Jasper Tim, turn around, fakes a shot, back out to Booz. He'll fire a pass back out, Jasper Tim for 3, good the other side. 14-7 now. Answer one way, and we go back the other way with an answer for the Gobblers and Hilltoppers to start off this contest. Jansen left alone, stops, hesitates, up off the glass, finishes the shot, this time for a Landon. Gobblers need to get back now, play some defense.
Yeah, we kind of left that shooter open a couple times. We got to close that gap and get a hand in his face.
Brooks Johnson out on the left wing to Mason Booz at the free throw line. Left elbow drives, and this will be an easy layup and in for Ben Bergeron. He'll go up off the window strong. Down to the right side, and just keeping it in somehow. Jalen Williams with his toes in the field of play with his heels hanging out of bounds, but somehow keeps it alive as Landon Jansen got the pass, was fouled on his way to the basket. 2 free throws coming up, and it will be Ben Bergeron assessed, his first of the afternoon. .13:07 to go as the first free throw no good from Landon. Second free throw on its way, up and good this time. 16-10. Eli Christie checks in for the first time. Jalen Williams checking out here for a break. As we'll get Alex Olson to bring it up to the front court. Now looking inside. Loose ball stripped away as Ben Bergeron looking for a pass to Eli Christie. Gets it out to the front court now. Handoff left side for a 3 from Gus Sanford. High off the rim. Rebound fought for. Alex Palm comes down with it to Zach McDonald. Back out for Gus Sanford for a 3. Good for Gus Sanford. Cuts it down to a 1-possession deficit. 16-13. Hilltoppers. Back out, left side. Alex Olson can't control it. It's taken away by Eli Christie. Fight for it down on the floor as it'll be Brooks Johnson to the front court. Left elbow, drives inside, and we got a charge called against Brooks Johnson.
His second charge. Landon's a recipient of both.
Gobblers will get the basketball. As we had a timeout taken by the Hilltoppers. That'll give us a chance as well to take a timeout. Riverwood Healthcare Center timeout. 12:25 to go here on the Gobbler, as well as here just on yourliveevent.com. Take a Riverwood Healthcare Center timeout.
Welcome to Aitkin Schools. Keep informed with district news and information for parents, families, students, and staff with your visit to the Aitkin School website at home.isd1.org. Our mission at Aitkin Schools is to empower students to be lifelong learners and citizens by maximizing community, parent, and staff involvement while developing high expectations and achievement in a safe learning environment. We are ISD1.
Riverwood Healthcare Center in Aitkin provides total joint care for shoulders, elbows, hips, knees, hands, and wrists. Our team of highly skilled orthopedic surgeons use innovative procedures to increase mobility and reduce pain. Get back to the activities you enjoy. Learn more at riverwoodhealthcare.org. Riverwood Healthcare, your trusted leader for orthopedics and sports medicine.
Welcome back here on yourliveevent.com. 16-13 on the Aitkin Health Services scoreboard after a timeout taken, as the Gobblers with the basketball down by 1. 16-13 to the Hilltoppers. Eli Christie throws a floater just outside the paint, bounces around, finally falls in. The first points of the afternoon for Eli Christie. Cross-court pass out in front, now to the up top to Mason Booz. Brooks Johnson trying to find Ben Bergeron just outside the paint. Booz once again looking for a pass back out now to Brooks Johnson. Johnson right side to Jasper Tim. Fed inside to Bergeron. Bergeron in the paint. Back out. Left corner for Booz with the left-handed stroke. No good. Rebounded down to Gus Sanford. Gobblers down by 1, 16-15. Hesitation. Alex Palm gives the Gobblers the lead. 17-16. 11:23 counting downward left here in this first half. Gobblers with their first lead of the afternoon after trailing by as much as 9 here in this first half. They have cut the lead down. Brooks Johnson down along the baseline, gets it to Jasper Tim. Cross-court heave back to Booz out on the right wing. We'll go back the other side, high and out of play as the pass off the fingertips of Brooks Johnson and out. 11:04 to go. Gobblers ahead 17-16. We get a stoppage here, as our game day operations crew recognizing Carter Booz checking in for the first time. He'll come in for Alex Olson with 11 minutes to play on the Aitkin Health Services scoreboard. Stolen away. Carter Booz makes an impact straight off the bench, gets it over to Ben Bergeron. Bergeron to Mason Booz. At the top of the circle now, left side for Bergeron. He looks to drive. Down along the baseline underneath the basket, almost taken away. Brooks Johnson going to fire a three. Good. Hits the three, 19-17, as the Gobblers come back facing a one-possession deficit. As now it'll be to Alex Palm. Gus Sanford deep, straight on, three-pointer off the back of the iron, right down to Eli Christie. Christie in the paint, fires up a shot. Can't get it to go, tipped around on the rebound, fought for. We get bodies flying and hitting the court, as we will get a foul called on the floor. This one going to go against Landon. Landon Jansen, that is. First for him this afternoon. Team's third, both teams with 3 fouls in this first half. Micah Lane, Jalen Williams in the ball game for the Gobblers. 10:19 to go, counting downward here in this first half, even throughout. After an early deficit faced by the Gobblers, they've come back to tie and now only trail by 2. Jasper Tim fed inside. Bergeron up off the window. Makes it a 4-point advantage, 21-17 with 10 minutes to play. Gus Sanford will bring it up to the front court for the Gobblers. Right side pass now to Jalen Williams. Looks for somewhere to go with it. At the top of the key now, nearing midcourt, Eli Christie. Christie to Sanford. Bodies start to collapse around Sanford with Jasper Tim defending. To Micah Lane, shot denied off the bottom of the backboard and outlet back out to Jasper Tim. Tim steps back out, turns the lane, throws up a shot up off the glass, too strong. Rebound down to Bergeron. He is fouled on his way to the basket, as it'll be 2 free throws coming up for Ben Bergeron. Foul going against the Gobblers. Looks like Jalen Williams getting his first. 9:32 to play in the first half. A pair of free throws from Ben Bergeron. First time at the line for him this afternoon. First, no good.
Second time to the line for the Hilltoppers overall.
Second free throw from Bergeron, no good, as the rebound goes in the hands of Alex Palma. He'll give it up to Gus across half court now to Jalen Williams. Right side now for Eli Christie. Christie fires up his shot, rattles around, finally goes in for Eli Christie.
Had the English on that one.
Had everything on it as well, except for the kitchen sink for Eli Christie. 21-19, a 3 the other side long to the mark as it hits off the side of the rim from Jasper Tim and goes in the hands of Alex Palm, who hands it off to Gus Sanford.
Good hustle play by Alex. Third rebound tonight.
Now gets it over to Micah Lane. Lane now to Eli Christie, gives it right back to Gus at the top of the circle, under 9 to play. Jalen left alone for a 3. Jalen Williams off the back of the rim. Rebound down to Brooks Johnson as he'll handle it himself. Long stretch pass, tipped in the lane as it comes right through to Micah Lane. Trying to find Jasper Tim, using all of his frame to try to come down with it. Jasper Tim 6'3", as he's unable to get it. It's taken away by the Gobblers. Now with an offensive chance for Eli Christie. Christie, right corner for Gus Sanford, a 3, no good. Jalen with a rebound on the putback and gets the shot to follow through. Tied at 21. 8 minutes to play in the first half. To the right side now for Brooks Johnson. Johnson being defended by Sanford. Works his way back towards the middle. Alex Palm try to come back for the defense as the shot no good on the 3 down to Eli Christie. And we'll give it up to Gus Sanford across half court. Sanford, right side for Eli Christie. Christie now to Alex Palm, shot in the lane, nowhere to go as it doesn't bounce in as it goes down to Brooks Johnson. We remain tied at 21. Jasper Tim, right corner 3, knocks it down. Tim has some words for the student section as we get a stoppage here on the floor and we get a foul called, and I think they're going to give Jasper Tim a technical, as Jasper Tim has words for the officials as well. The 3-point shot made by Jasper Tim turns right around, has some words for the student section, and then also assess the technical foul, Jasper Tim. Jeremy, I think that's about 4 games in a row now that we've had technical fouls, at least here with these broadcasts, which is amazing.
1 last night, 2 the night before.
Pretty sure we might have had one. There's definitely been at least 5 games this year where I've seen technical fouls. As it'll be Gus Sanford shooting the technical free throws, makes the first one and the second one, cut it down to a 1-point deficit. And the Gobblers also get the basketball. 7.5 to play.
We had a sparse student section, and he was taunting about 6 or 8 kids total down there.
A couple of them, some of the JV players, or at least seeing a couple of girls from the Gobbler girls team as well here in attendance. Abby Palm working the Enbridge I Bring the Energy Player of the Game shirt as well. Nice shirt, Abby. As the Gobblers with the basketball, trailing by 1, 7:20 to go. Alex Palm to the right side now for Jalen Williams. Williams pass down along the baseline for Alex Palm. Out for Eli Christie, a 3, rattles around, doesn't go down. Jalen Williams will finish it with a putback and a rebound. Gobblers back up by 1, 25-24. Quickly the other way, Carter Booz back out to Jasper Tim, hesitates, fires a 3 from the right side. And as it rattles 4, 5, 6 times, it goes into the hands now of Landon Jansen as he looks to get rid of the basketball to Eli Christie. Don't have much more time left in the backcourt before the Gobblers need to get it across, and a 10-second call against the Aitkin Gobblers. Unfortunately, as they call what really did it. We're going to confirm things here. Our head official came all the way across half court now, speaking with Activities Director Alex White this afternoon. Now, we got to get PA announcer Dave Sedlowski involved. 6:45 to play, still left here in this first half. So after the backcourt violation, turns over the basketball for the Gobblers. They're still up by 1, 25-24. Inbound goes to Mason Booz across half court, right corner for Brooks Johnson. Drives along the baseline, through the lane, up with the right hand as it'll be 2 more for Brooks Johnson. 26-25, Hilltoppers. Into the right corner for Alex Palm to Zach McDonald. Jalen Williams left alone, decides to hang on to it. Left corner, Eli Christie up with the right hand. It might have been tipped halfway up, but nonetheless, it's not a basket made by the Gobblers. Jasper Tim skip pass to Carter Booz. Now to Alex Olson from the free throw line. His jumper is good. 28-25 for the Hilltoppers. 6 minutes to go in this first half. Zach McDonald now to the right side for Eli Christie. Back to Zach. Defenders back out to Jalen Williams. Looks for a pass down low. Nothing to go there on the angle. Back to Jalen Williams again. Trying to find Landon. He gets it to Landon up off the glass. Finishes that shot strong. Took the contact and will also get the basket made in the process. 28-27. Cut pass back to Alex Olson for the right elbow. Loses the handle, but we get a blocking foul against Landon Jansen, they're going to say, our officials, as that will be foul number 5 of the half for the Gobblers, second for Landon as well. And that's going to be 2 free throws for Alex Olson. 7 points for Landon, now 2 fouls. 5.5 to go. First free throw from Olson is good. Gus Sanford's back in. Eli Christie checks out. 29-27 the score. Second free throw from Olson is good as well. 3-point advantage, 5:34 and counting downward in this first half here on YourLiveEvent.com. To the right side for Zach McDonald. Right in front of the Hilltopper bench to Jalen Williams. Gus Sanford looks through the defense to find a teammate to give it to. Back to Jalen Williams. Left side for Gus Sanford. Strokes a 3 up and will not rattle down. Long rebound down to Zach McDonald as he gets it to Jalen Williams. Tries to find Gus once again, and he'll go back to Zach McDonald near the right corner to Jalen Williams. Left way alone, high pass to Gus Sanford. Alex Palm the free throw circle back out to Gus for a 3. No good. Another rebound near the corner for Zach McDonald. Jalen Williams for a 3. No good. Guess who gets a rebound? It's Landon Jansen. Back out to Jalen. Right corner. 3 for Zach. Good for the Gobblers. Ties it up at 30. After 4 offensive rebounds, finally, the Gobblers get a basket made. We're tied at 30. 4.5 to play in the first half. Left corner 3 for Booz, no good. That's Carter Booz as he misses it. Rebound down to Landon, gives it up to Gus Sanford. Sanford takes his time. Pass nearly taken away by Carter Booz, but Zach McDonald collects the loose change to Jalen Williams. Williams, turnaround. Now back on the right wing to Zach McDonald. Fakes it to the right, goes over to the left now for Gus Sanford. Cross-court heave once again. Back to Jalen Williams. Williams to Zach McDonald before a defender meets him. Right corner, driving along the baseline. Jalen trying to find something just outside the post, and they're going to call travel against Jalen Williams. As that'll be a turnover by Aitkin.
6 turnover for the Gobblers, 5 for Hilltoppers.
After a bit of a sluggish start for Aitkin, a little bit sloppy early on, things are starting to tighten up here in the recent goings, and especially that previous offensive possession where they had like 4 offensive rebounds and ended up coming up with a 3-point shot. Jasper Tim, right side, Carter Booz looking out. 3 on the way from Brooks Johnson. He knocks it down. 33-30 the score. Gobblers down by 3 with 3.5 to play. Zach McDonald, cross court. Gus Sanford a 3. No good. A rebound fought for. It's going to be Jasper Tim coming down with it. Tim comes down. Johnson hits the floor, back up. The old hardwood monster came out and got him on that one as Alex Olson for a three, no good. As we get a foul called on the rebound to, looks like Landon got the rebound. We'll also get a foul assessed too.
I think it's going to Brooks Johnson in his third.
Brooks Johnson with three now. Couple of charges and now taking down Landon once again, and all those fouls against Landon.
Yeah.
Gobblers down by 3, 3:09 to play here in the first half here on YourLiveEvent.com. Paul Vold, Jeremy Jansen from the Cub Foods Brainerd Baxter radio booth. My Cub, My Way, and Lakes Proud. We get it now to the left side. Jalen Williams to Gus Sanford out on the left wing, nearing towards the corner. Back out to Jalen. Jalen nears the top of the circle. He'll give it to Zach McDonald before he looks for a pass to penetrate. Nowhere to go as it's back to Gus out on the left wing to Alex Palm. Inside the arc, back out to Gus once again, trying to see if maybe he can get an angle for Landon. He does get an angle for Landon. Shot denied once. Can't get the rebound as it goes to Jasper Tim over the top, using that 6'3 frame to his advantage with 2.5 to play. Gobblers down by 3. Jasper Tim left alone, 3 on the way, rattles halfway in, kicks back out to Gus Sanford. Sanford a long home run ball to Alex Palm. Palm stops, gets it out to Jalen. Jalen hesitation shot up off the glass. Jalen finishes the shot in a big way.
How is that not a foul?
I don't know either, as it's stolen away by Alex Palm at midcourt. Slows up as he hands it off to Zach McDonald. Left side for Gus Sanford. Sanford's going to fire a deep missile from 3. Nowhere to go as it kicks back out. Now to Jasper Tim. Gobblers down by 1 with under 2 to go. Fed to Alex Johnson. Stops, hesitates, back out to Jasper Tim once again. Fed inside for Ben Bergeron. Bergeron turnaround shot with the left hand. Gets it to go. 35-32. 1:43 to go. Left side for Gus Sanford. Sanford looks to drive out the left side. Floater outside the paint. Can't get the rebound. Fought for. Lands in the hands of number 5 and Mason Booz. Booz across half court. Right side for Jasper Tim. Tim down near the right corner. Spins off one defender. Stolen away as it was tipped away by Palm. And the Gobblers lose the handle of it. Now we'll get it across half court with Gus Sanford to Zach McDonald. Minute 17. Jalen Williams. Skip passes. It's a kick ball against number 5 Mason Booz. So the Gobblers will keep the basketball with a minute 14 to play in the first half. Gobblers will inbound to the left side of the basket, nearing the entrance area. Gus Sanford right off the inbound to Zach McDonald. Back out. Jalen Williams for a 3. No good. A rebound. Loose. Picked up by Zach McDonald as he just was out of bounds with it. The smallest of front heel or front toes were just out of bounds, but a great effort nonetheless from Zach McDonald. A minute to go until halftime. Gobblers down by 3. 35-32. Alex Olson, top of the circle, stolen away by Zach McDonald, streaking the other way, lays it up and in. Gobblers down by 1 at 35-34. 50 seconds ago, Hilltoppers with the basketball. It'll be Booz. Left corner, Jasper Tim fakes it, drives along the baseline, down low, can't handle it, was Mason Booz, and Zach McDonald comes out with it clean. At midcourt, to the left side for Gus Sanford to Jalen Williams near the right corner. To Sanford, back up top, 29 seconds left in the first half. Ticking downward in the opening frame of basketball. Inside to Landon, double defended. As we get a jump ball in the tie up, but the Gobblers will keep the basketball, but lose the possession arrow. 35-34. Jasper Tim slowed down Landon's attempt underneath the basket. Gobblers will inbound to left side. Inbound right to Alex Palm off the tip, and the putback basket counts and a foul in the process. Alex Palm with the hesitation. Volleyball set into the basket off the window and good.
Got up in the air. It was a design play. They kind of screened for Alex to come flying through. Catches it in the air and got fouled in the process.
Mason Booz assessed the foul and 1 free throw from Palm is good. Gobblers up 37-35. Micah Lane checks in. Landon Jansen will check out. 19.1 seconds left in the first half. Inbound from Jasper Tim to Ben Bergeron, right back to Tim, who gets it to Alex Olson, and it'll be an over and back as Jasper Tim wasn't in the front court. as the Gobblers get the turnover to their advantage with 13.1 seconds left. Zach McDonald will inbound right at midcourt. Gobblers with a chance. Stoppage here on the floor. We start from one side of the court and we'll inbound to the other side. Preferences, I guess, or one official saying it needs to be right in front of the scorer's table, but the Gobblers, 10 seconds to go, have a chance to strengthen their lead. Back out to Gus Sanford. Skip pass down along the left baseline. Throws up a shot from Sanford. No good. Loose ball out on the floor. Jasper Tim's going to fire one up at the buzzer. Hits off the top of the backboard and will go out as it is a halftime lead for the Gobblers. 37-35. We'll step aside here for a break. Gobblers up by 2. Take a break. First half numbers and second half adjustments coming up. Gobblers lead by 2 here on yourliveevent.com.
Let's get real. You're ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. So get ready for the University of Minnesota Crookston. With more than 30 majors, minors, and certificates, you'll earn a University of Minnesota degree in a close-knit community where faculty become friends and friends feel like family. And to get a degree that can make a difference, you don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, ready.
Aitkin Gobblers Action with your live event is made possible by the advertising businesses you see throughout this broadcast. They help ensure that we can bring you the coverage at the best price, free. Please thank and support our sponsoring businesses. If you own a business or your organization wants to reach the listeners and viewers of your live event and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, go to yourliveevent.com and click Advertise or contact one of the offices in Brainerd or Aitkin. Enjoy the
Coming June 23rd through the 25th at Brainerd International Raceway, the Midwest Premier Country and Rock Festival. Lakes Jam presented by R&J Broadcasting. On the Bud Light main stage, hear John Party, Tesla, Gabby Barrett, Warrant, Kix, Mark Wills, and more. It's more than a music festival with watercross, drifting, poker tourneys, lawnmower racing, and more. For tickets and more information, visit lakesjam.com.
From all of us at Enbridge, thank you.
Thank you.
Miigwech, and thank you for working on Line 3 replacement.
Thank you to everyone who supported this project.
Construction is complete on a new and safer pipeline that will deliver the North American energy that we all rely on every day. And it's done thanks to the support and hard work of thousands of people. I'm grateful for every single voice of support and every hour of labor put into this project. Thank you.
This is Jim Berkemeyer, owner of R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. Together with Bernie, we're inviting you to join us on a tour of Victoria, Vancouver, and the Canadian Rockies, July 14th through 23rd. On this tour, we'll visit historic Victoria, tour the breathtaking Butchert Gardens, and experience the stunning scenery of the Canadian Rockies via rails train. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ. Learn more about this tour and watch the travel show, or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure. Remember the keyword RJ.
Coming
37-35, our halftime score here on yourliveevent.com as the Aitkin Gobbler boys basketball team up at the half against the Duluth Marshall Hilltoppers here on yourliveevent.com. Paul Vold, Jeremy Jansen here this afternoon with the halftime score being at 37-35 here on homegrown local radio as the Gobblers battling back from an early deficit, now making it a 2-point advantage, down by as much as 9 in the first half. Gobblers got off to a slow start, but have slowly been trickling back in and eventually took the lead multiple times, faced short deficits, but the Gobblers were able to crawl and scratch their way back into the advantage and the lead here from the Cub Foods Brainerd Baxter radio booth here at Aitkin High School this afternoon. Paul Vold, Jeremy Jansen joined aside here this afternoon. And Jeremy, just an overall, again, we were talking about a slow start for the Gobblers, but as the game started moving along, getting into the flow of things, Gobblers started to turn things around a little bit and taking what the Hilltoppers defense was giving to them too.
Right, it didn't press too hard. It came on a little sluggish. A couple of early turnovers and they got running down the floor, and then we settled in the half court defense and did a nice job, deflected some balls, turned the Hilltoppers over 9 times, to the Gobblers 6 in the first half. Rebounds for the Gobblers 17-10 in favor of the Gobblers. In that one possession, I think we had 3 offensive rebounds that ended up converting to a Zach McDonald three-pointer. So, again, doing a nice job. Most of their scoring coming from 2 guys, we thought, Jasper Tim and Brooks Johnson. And Brooks went out in foul trouble there early. And Ben Bergeron also with 8 points for them. So we've got 6 guys on the score sheet for the Gobblers. And so we continue to do that. We'll be in pretty good shape.
Yeah, I was going to say fairly even. Just looking up at the scoreboard as well, we've got Gus with 8, Jalen with 8, Landon's got 7 as well, but Zach and even Alex Palm both with 5 points too in the first half. A little bit more even to start off, as we've seen here from the Gobblers for the last handful of games. But even with that balanced scoring, again, still up by 2 here at the half. It was not an easy way to get up by 2 here, especially as the game started to develop and get a little bit more physical in the last couple of minutes too.
Right, the Gobblers just, and the players did a really nice job of staying away from the chippy stuff, you know. I think Marshall was more in the chippy play than anything, and so Gobblers stayed away from it. Fouls for the Gobblers landed with 2, and then I just have Zach, Alex, Jalen with 1 each. Brooks Johnson for Marshall with 3, Bergeron and Tim with 1 apiece. So pretty equal, 5 fouls, pretty clean half for both teams. Nobody shot in the bonus, and so continue to play that way. Be good shape for the Gobblers.
Yep, absolutely. As 37-35 our score here at the half. We'll take another break. Second half adjustments in the second half still coming up as the Gobblers up 37-35 here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Through the 25th at Brainerd International Raceway, the Midwest Premier Country and Rock Festival. Lakes Jam presented by R&J Broadcasting. Hear John Party, Tesla, Gabby Barrett, Warrant, Kicks, Mark Wills, and more. It's more than a music festival with watercross, drifting, poker tourneys, lawnmower racing, and more. For tickets and more information, visit lakesjam.com.
When you need heating, cooling, refrigeration, or plumbing work, call McGuire Mechanical. They provide quality and timely service for repairs and new construction with residential homes and commercial businesses. When you need the service of heating, cooling, refrigeration, or plumbing, call McGuire Mechanical, 218-927-5400. Serving the Aitkin, Crow Wing counties and surrounding areas since 2004. Rely on McGuire Mechanical. Welcome to Aitkin Schools. Keep informed with district news and information for parents, families, students, and staff with your visit to the Aitkin School website at home.isd1.org. Our mission at Aitkin Schools is to empower students to be lifelong learners and citizens by maximizing community, parent, and staff involvement while developing high expectations and achievement in a safe learning environment. We are ISD1.
Riverwood Healthcare Center in Aitkin provides total joint care for shoulders, elbows, hips, knees, hands, and wrists. Our team of highly skilled orthopedic surgeons use innovative procedures to increase mobility and reduce pain. Get back to the activities you enjoy. Learn more at riverwoodhealthcare.org. Riverwood Healthcare, your trusted leader for orthopedics and sports medicine.
Let's get real.
Welcome back to Aitkin High School here this afternoon on YourLiveEvent.com. Aitkin Gobblers up 37-32 here from the Cup Foods Brainerd Baxter radio booth, as that scoreboard does read 37-35. Brought to you by Aitkin Health Services, Paul Volt, Jeremy Jansen, as we get ready here for the start of the second half. Gobblers up by 2, and we're keeping an eye on the other video stream for YourLiveEvent.com as Section 7-2A individual wrestling championships finals actually going on today as well. And I think we got Marshall Larson wrestling right now.
Yeah, in the championship match, up 3-0 in the second period. And looks on a wrestleback, James Erickson just got a win for the Gobblers.
All right.
Looked like that way anyway.
Gotcha. And we have Lance Bauman on call for that. A big thank you to Lance as well. Covered the Gobblers in the team tournament last weekend as well. And done a great job for the individuals yesterday and today. And first time we've ever covered the entire section tournament on yourliveevent.com. So, a couple bumps in the road, but so far, you know what? Something's always better than nothing is the way I look at it, too.
And it was good to see some other schools sponsor, too. Piers and Proctor got in the sponsor, so they were calling all the matches. I watched a lot of matches yesterday afternoon. They called a lot of matches, kept people informed. I thought they did a really nice job, him and Tom.
Get ready here for the start of our second half this afternoon on yourliveevent.com, Jeremy. And I know that, obviously coming up with every offensive possession is going to be big for the Gobblers here, and definitely need to stay strong on the shooting-wise as well. But also need to, capitalize down low in the post, too, is something that we'll keep our eye on, too.
Right, and just keep working the ball around, not trying to do too much.
We'll see how things kind of shape up as well. We're keeping our eye on, too, Eli Christie this afternoon. When he came up off the bench for the Gobblers, it almost seemed that something just kind of changed around for Aitkin, getting a lot of loose balls and scrapping for it, and, obviously using his, for lack of a better term, magical type ways to get the basketball in the hoop, and also coming out with some of those loose ball scrambles, too. So Eli Christie, definitely what you want out of a six-man off the bench for the Gobblers.
Yeah, 4 points, 2 boards for Eli thus far in the game. And
scrappy. That's the way you want to put Eli Christie and his playmaking as well on the varsity level. We'll get a fresh 18 minutes on that Aitkin Health Services scoreboard. 37-35 Gobblers lead. It looks like the Hilltoppers will start off with the basketball. Same starting five for both teams to open up the second half of action this afternoon here on yourliveevent.com. Inbound will go right to Mason Booz as he'll go now into the left side near the corner for Alex Olson. Booz with it at the top of the circle. Back to Olson, right to Booz. Left side, three on the way from Tim. No good. Rebounded down to Gus Sanford. Sanford with a palm in the air, asking about the contact on the rebound, but nonetheless, Gobblers get the possession with a left elbow pass back out to Zach McDonald from Jalen Williams. Underhand pass near the baseline for Alex Palm, gets it out to Jalen Williams. Stops, pops a shot inside the arc, and good for Jalen Williams. Nice shot from Jalen to open up the second half. Takes the team lead at 10 points scored this afternoon, 39-35. Jasper Tim, skip pass to the free throw line. Initially back out to Alex Olson from Mason Booz. Through the middle. Now back out, and we get a foul called on the floor. Brooks Johnson and Gus Sanford, it looks like, in the middle of the action. So Gus will get a foul, it looks like. And that's his first of the afternoon. 17-12 on the scoreboard, 39-35 the score for the Gobblers. Gobbler fans chanting defense. Brooks Johnson's right-handed shot outside the lane lands in. Cuts it down to a 2-point lead once again. Gus Sanford will take his time across half court. Now works it right side for Zach McDonald. McDonald out on the right wing. Looks for a pass. He'll kick it down the right corner for Alex Palm. Palm works his way back towards the middle on the wing now. Back up top for Gus Sanford. To Jalen Williams out on the right side, looking for a penetrating pass as he spins around on the pivot foot. Now to Gus Sanford after a handoff to his teammate from Zach McDonald. Gus Sanford once again. Down low to Landon Jansen. Double team high up off the glass. Can't get the shot to go. Loose ball on the floor, but it's picked up by number 3 in Ben Bergeron across half court to Alex Olson. Olson at the top of the circle. Right elbow. Kicks it back out to Booz. Left corner. Johnson thought about the three. He'll drive. Lays it up off the glass. And we're tied at 39.
That final in that wrestling match, Marshall Larson, 8-3 champion of this section.
All right. Congratulations to Marshall Larson heading into the state tournament as well for the Gobblers. Three from Zach McDonald is good. Zach McDonald, 42-39. What weight does Marshall wrestle at? I forget.
He's 138.
138. Yep. I knew it was one of those kind of numbers as well. Hilltoppers the other side. Mason Booz down along the baseline, right between the hands of Jasper Tim and out of bounds.
You know, the one thing you look at Marshall, they've got some guys that have had some open looks that have passed up shots, and it's obviously they're not their shooters, and so you manage the guys that do shoot the ball, and you'll be in pretty good shape.
42-39, 15 and a half to go in the contest altogether. Jalen Williams back to Gus Sanford right at the midcourt stripe in the front court. Looks for a pass left side, now goes to Jalen Williams. He'll drive, lays it up off the glass, too strong. Landon tries to get the basketball, last touch by the as we get a stoppage here out on the floor. Last touch by a Hilltopper, and they're going to give it back to Aitkin, even though there should have been a foul called on the contact against Jalen.
I just don't know how you missed that one. He ended up moving 2 feet, ends up on the floor.
Yep.
Speculating
right
that there was a foul, and I think the official was a spectator in that.
15-18 to go here in the contest. Gobbler still with the basketball, inbound to the left of the basket right near the exit doors. Long inbound pass, Alex Olson, and takes a digger right at midcourt. Popcorn goes flying, as looks like everybody's okay. Looks like Coach Waldorf covered in popcorn. Jen's okay, it looks like, even though Jen a little bit still recovering with the coming off the boot, off the scooter, now walking, and, well, now Tony Gabriel's got to do a little bit of work as well. But we'll try and get the scorers table back locked in as well. We'll get
Tony might get hungry the second half.
Yeah, this is true. This is true.
Without that.
Maybe the free popcorn will be much smaller batches when it comes out in the last couple minutes of regulation. Jason Klein saving the day with the
broom.
Sweeping things up.
Part-time janitor.
Yep, that as well. But also Alex Olson okay after he tried to steal the inbound. Now here comes Alex White with the big dustpan.
And they made quick work of it.
Absolutely, team effort. As right now, just waiting for that to get resolved here quickly. A couple of things. Popcorn kernels, that was the word I was trying to look for.
Yeah.
Is it still a kernel even when it's popped as well? This is the question that bogs my mind. I'm not quite sure what you would call an individual piece of popcorn. I guess it's still just popcorn.
Popcorn. It's popped corn.
There you go.
Yeah.
This is what we talk about with a Saturday afternoon basketball game here when we've got time to kill. 15-11, Gobblers get the basketball back after the near stolen away inbound pass from the Hilltoppers. Jalen Williams now to Landon Jansen. Sanford streaking towards Palm, and a foul called against Olson. Trying to reach against Alex.
That would have been a defensive holding call in a football game. He had a hold of his jersey as he slashed through the lane there.
Unless it was a Super Bowl, it wouldn't have been called unless it was the last 2 minutes of the game.
Yeah, right.
42-39, Gobblers still ahead with under 15 to go. Gus wants a screen from Landon. He'll get it. Not much success with it in the front court. Last touch, Gobblers over and back. It's Jalen. But maybe a tip of sorts in the area, but the official on the far side of the court making that determination, over and back called as the Gobblers turn it over. As we will get everything situated now. Hilltoppers get the basketball. Inbounding to Ben Bergeron, who gets it right back to Mason Booz into the front court. Working it left side for Jasper Tim. Left corner, Brooks Johnson will drive against Jansen and denied off the basket. Basket will count this time, as it looked like initially Johnson might have gotten a little bit too elevated and was going to get rejected by the backboard, but somehow rolls it in.
Called Zach for his second.
And it will be Brooks Johnson at the line for the and one free throw, completes it. Now makes it tied at 42. Gobblers with the basketball now with under 15 to go. 14.5. Gus Sanford kicks it out to Jalen Williams out on the right side. Now looks for a pass back up top for Landon. Gets it to Gus as they look to switch. Now to Landon out on the right wing once again. Looks for a penetrating pass somewhere to go, as it was just unfortunately mistimed communication. Player was cutting towards the free throw lane, and Landon threw a pass as it goes out of bounds right at the scorer's table. Gobblers will turn over the basketball in back-to-back possessions. Now we get confirmation from our scorer's table and their official. Now we will get Hilltoppers with the basketball. Booz to Bergeron in the paint. Up with the left-handed shot. Bergeron denied as it lands into the hands of Gus Sanford to the front court now. Sanford will drive with the right hand. Basket goes up. It counts for Augustine Sanford.
Tim's second foul.
Jasper Tim assessed foul number 2. The other one, a technical foul after some pleasantries with the smaller student section in the first half. And as Gus Sanford makes the free throw. Gus was also the benefactor of those technical free throws as well.
I Gus 3 of 3 at the line.
Jalen Williams checks out, brings back in. I guess maybe we can start calling Eli Christie the magician, the magic man if you want.
Magic man.
Eli Christie out on the floor. 3-point lead, 45-42. Left corner now for Brooks Johnson. Stops with a right-handed shot outside the lane. Tries to fight for his own rebound, and Eli Christie comes out with it. Stretch pass out to Jalen Williams. Back out to Eli. Looks to drive. Stops outside the lane. Looks for a pass to penetrate. Now gets it to Jalen Williams. Hesitation. Basket will count. 5-point lead now as Jalen up to 12 points in the ball game. To Jasper Tim out on the left wing. Mason Booz to Jasper Tim. Nowhere to go as he was being clamped down on by Alex Palm. Through the middle, Booz with a left-handed shot. Rebounded down to Eli Christie.
Eli's 4th rebound this afternoon.
Sanford from the right elbow extended out to Eli Christie at the top of the circle now. Looks to drive from the left elbow and will be called for a travel, unfortunately, even with contact. 13:07 to go. Gobblers up by 5, 47-42.
It's like you got a little body there going in that kind of caused him to go off balance and travel, but
thing being defended there by Brooks Johnson just outside the perimeter, kind of following along with him. Alex Olson on the right wing from the right elbow down to Booz, or Bergeron that is. 3 on the way from Tim is good. And now makes it a 2-point lead. Jasper Tim 16 points so far in the ball game.
Coach Stanfield was not happy. The guy was in the lane for about 6 seconds.
Alex Palm can't finish the shot, but is fouled upon by, I believe that's going to be Mason Booz, his second. And we'll get free throws for Alex Palm. Alex Palm, as the season has come along as well, one of the many players for the Gobblers is seeing much more improvement and also a little bit more confidence shooting the ball as well.
Yep.
And, obviously the big highlight that put back off the missed free throw in the overtime game against Crosby Ironton as the first free throw from Palm hits every inch of the rim possible before it rolls in. I'm sure everybody hearing that conversation as well as a hush falls over the gym.
Yeah, right.
It was very interesting too last season as well in the early goings of the season where I was the only one talking much of the time as well, with the second free throw also being converted by Alex Palm. 49-45 the score. Hilltoppers break it out to the front court now with Ben Bergeron to Mason Booz. Booz looks for a pass somewhere to go with it on the left side as we're almost 6 minutes into the second half. Now Alex Olson for a 3. Good. As we get a stoppage here on the floor, timeout taken by the Hilltoppers. 49-48 our score. Riverwood Healthcare Center timeout. Gobblers up by 1 on yourliveevent.com.
For a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. So get ready for the University of Minnesota Crookston. With more than 30 majors, minors, and certificates, you'll earn a University of Minnesota degree in a close-knit community where faculty become friends and friends feel like family. And to get a degree that can make a difference, you don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, ready.
Aitkin.
Welcome back here to yourliveevent.com from Aitkin High School. Riverwood Healthcare Center timeout taken by the Duluth Marshall Hilltoppers. Paul Volt, Jeremy Jansen on a Saturday afternoon in high school basketball. Again, a friendly reminder, don't forget later on tonight, boys 6A section hockey playoffs down at the MAC, I believe that's going to be at St. Cloud, I believe, with the Northern Lakes Lightning taking on Fergus Falls. That's going to be scheduled for a 6:30 pregame start over on Skeeter 101.5. We'll have NCAA men's basketball action. Kansas at Baylor, 6:45 on 3WI AM 1270, 96.3 FM. And the Minnesota Wild taking on the Calgary Flames tonight, 8:45 pregame, 9 o'clock puck drop out west as the Flames take on the Minnesota Wild on the Gobbler, as well as KKIN AM 930 and FM 103.1. Gobblers with the basketball. 1 point lead, 49-48. Eli Christie out on the right wing from the free throw line. Stops, throws a pass back out to Jalen Williams. Right side now for Christie again through the middle. Up with the right hand. The Magic Man converts once again for the Gobblers. 51-48. Cross half court now for Jasper Tim. Tim into the free throw line. A pass back out to Alex Olson. Lays it up and in this time for Ben Bergeron. Still a 1-point lead, 51-50 with 11:40 to play. Gus Sanford at the top of the circle now. Micah Lane, who checked in during the stoppage after that timeout, to Alex Palm. Palm to Micah Lane. Oh,